In this video, we will show you how to use one of our most popular tools, the Pathfinder. Instead of possibly spending hours looking for a path between two or more addresses, you can automate the process. Pathfinder allows the investigator to see the direct and indirect addresses that transacted with a specific address within a 16-hop relationship. The most useful function of the Pathfinder is the ability to see indirect relationships an address may have with other addresses, including illicit addresses. To use the Pathfinder feature, hover over the node of the address. When the container appears, select the Pathfinder option. The Pathfinder slider will appear on the right side of the page. You will see 4 options to choose from to create your path. These options are shortest path, multiple path, closest entity, and illicit address path. Let's take a brief look at what each of these options does. In order to use the shortest and multiple path options, you need to know the destination address. This is so you will be able to see the paths and relationships between the addresses. The shortest path option allows you to search for the shortest paths from one source to many destinations. The multiple path option, in contrast, shows you multiple paths from one source to one destination. This means that there is only one source and one destination address, with potentially multiple paths between the two. Both the closest entity option and illicit address path option leverage breadcrumbs attribution data by searching for paths to entities that we've already identified. The closest entity option covers general entities like exchanges. The illicit address path option covers entities that have been flagged as illicit. Note that the illicit address path is only available on law enforcement and compliance plans. Now let's see an example of how each option is used. For the shortest path option, enter your custom address and click the plus sign on the right of the address. In this example, we will use a tornado cache address. Then select outgoing, since we want to see where the funds went. If we wanted to see where they came from, we would select incoming. Once your destination address is entered, select Next. Then we will select the vicinity search, which is a shorter search than the max radius search. Then select Find Path. In this example, the result shows that the destination address has one path with the origin address. It is 2 hops away from the origin address, and the search only took 4 seconds to complete. Select the See in Graph button to see the path that the Pathfinder created. As you can see in this example, at least 4 of the Lazarus group addresses sent funds to the tornado cache router. Next is the multiple path option. Just like the shortest path option, an investigator needs to know the destination address before using them. To show you how this option differs from the shortest path option, we will use the tornado cache router as the destination address again in our example. After entering in the address you are searching for in the custom address section, select Next. We will select the max radius option this time, which will provide a search radius of up to 16 hops. After selecting Find Path, we see that this result gave us 8 paths between the addresses in a 2-hop radius with a search time of only 6 seconds. After selecting See in Graph, you can see the additional paths the multiple path option shows. The Pathfinder allows investigators to search for specific entities that an address may have transacted with. Select the closest entity option and then click Next. Under Entity Type, choose the entity you want to see that may have a relationship with the address you are investigating. Breadcrumbs allows you to see indirect relationships with exchanges, decentralized exchanges, miners, ICOs, and mixers. For this example, we will select Exchange as our entity and its outgoing transactions, then click Next. Under our search scope, we will select Max Radius, which will give us more opportunities to find indirect relationships. Then click Find Path. The Pathfinder results found 10 paths to exchanges within a radius of 4 hops, with the search taking 5 seconds to complete. The graph shows all of the indirect relationships the Euler Finance exploit address has to exchanges, including Crypto.com, Kyber, and others. Lastly, we have the illicit address path option. This option allows an investigator to see any relationships that an address may have to an illicit address within a 16-hop radius. This includes both incoming and outgoing transactions. In this example, we will do just a 6-hop vicinity search for illicit addresses an individual's Ethereum address has relationships to. Our search found 10 paths to illicit addresses within 3 hops in a search and took only 7 seconds to complete. When we look at the results in the graph, we see among the large amount of pathways that funds from this Alameda research address flowed into high-risk addresses like Pink Drainer. You can try Pathfinder on our retail plans. However, unlimited Pathfinder searches are only available on compliance and law enforcement plans. Visit breadcrumbs.app to learn more.